It's Saturday, October 19th, and it's chilly. And as you can hear, I'm by a road. I'm only like 50, 60 yards from a road, but it's about half a mile or so, maybe a little more, from the parking area. And I just kind of still hunted it this morning. And I actually seen quite a few deer. I saw probably about 5 deer, 4 deer. And one of them was a buck at about like 25 yards. But it's so thick, you can't really shoot nothing through it. So I still hunted my way through here, and every time a car would come by, I'd kind of creep. And every time a car would come by, I'd kind of creep. And I'm in this nice little open field here. It's only like 70 yards across and like maybe 50 yards wide. But there's a lot of trails going through here. I found a bunch of scrapes on the way in here. So it looks like a pretty good sign. Hopefully that buck will come back. I couldn't tell what he was because it's so thick, but I could just tell it was a buck. It didn't look like a real big body or anything, but I'll take it. I'm having fun. I'm having a blast today. I've never seen that many deer still hunting, and this is one of the best mornings I've ever had. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna sit tight and get quiet, get hunkered in here, and see what comes in. Alright, stay tuned. We definitely found where they're crossing the creek here. See, the bank's all just tore up. That's fresh. There's deer tracks everywhere in here. Yeah, they're definitely crossing right here. Big cross here, and then big bean field over here, about 100 yards. Definitely a spot. They got to cross this busy road though. But it's a county road, so in the middle of the night, there's no cars. Yeah, this is definitely an overlooked spot. I mean, this trail here is just insane. And it's only 50 yards off the road. Crosses that creek and goes over there into that field that I was just hunting. Yeah, we're definitely going to be back in here. Well, it's about noon now. Haven't seen nothing else since this morning walking in pretty much. So we're going to call it. Yeah, I had one of the best mornings I've ever had hunting. I got to still hunt a little bit. Never been in this spot because they're doing a youth pheasant hunt at the spot that I was going to go to. Yeah, I seen like 5 deer this morning. It was pretty awesome to get close to them on the ground, stalking like that, kind of still hunting. I had a buck real close, couldn't shoot. It was super thick. I could barely even see him. And, yeah, it was freaking awesome, man. I love it. Love it. Can't get enough of it, But, yeah, we're out here. We're having fun. We're still getting after it. Still on the ground. I ordered a tree stand. It comes in this coming week, so I think I'm going to get up in a tree for a little bit, see how that goes. Yeah, I think I need to get up out of the grass a little bit at my other spot so I can get a better shot. But yeah, I think that climber is going to be a game changer for me, so we shall see how it goes. I haven't been in a tree in about 4 years. I've kind of been at this ground hunting thing for a while. I got a few from the ground. It's a blast. I love it. That adrenaline rush is just insane. Can't beat it. But yeah, we're gonna get back up in a tree and see what that does. See if it makes a difference. But yeah, stay tuned. See you in the woods again. Some pretty good sign here. I'm walking this little cut row right next to a cut bean field. They just cut it a few days ago, so I'm just kind of still hunting, easing my way back here, and gonna set my wind up to blow over this field now that they're out of it. I had to wait till they're out of it this morning, let my wind blow back over this field and hunt this creek bedding area. So we're gonna get after it. Alright, I would say that this scrape here is real fresh, so We're gonna keep on easing slow. We'll see how it goes. That's very fresh there, so I'm glad I waited for daylight to get in here, so let's keep after him. Okay, I'm getting closer and closer here to the bedding area, so I'm trying to stay quiet, but I'm getting a lot of fresh sign, a lot of good sign, and we're just going to keep pushing, keep being quiet, and see what we can find. Okay, as I get closer and closer here to this point where the river meets two creeks, I'm starting to get a lot more sign. It's super fresh. I'm going to be stopping here soon and setting up. I can't walk past this much sign and not set up for a little bit. Okay, as I approach this point here, I was just getting non-stop sign on like every tree hanging down, every bush he could rake, everything. So I figured this is where I needed to stop and set up for a little bit. And right around this corner here is where I kind of tuck into the woods a little bit, get up against that creek. I got my wind blowing over the field, so we'll see what happens. Alright, here's the point up here. That creek is right up above me that runs into the river. All these scrapes here have got to be fresh from either early this morning because it was raining all night. They look all freshened up, so right here is kind of where I turn right and kind of tuck it in there in the corner. Alright, it's Sunday, October 20th, and I'm in a real good spot. I'm about 75 yards off a cut bean field. They just cut it the other day. And I got a little river over here to my right, about 20 yards. I got a real heavy trail going along that river. I got a real heavy trail this woods is only like 50 yards wide right here. And I got a trail going right through the middle. And then the edge of that field right there. I mean, on the way in here, I found fresh deer shit, scrapes, rubs, like every tree low enough, man. He was just rubbing on it and raking it and getting after it. So it's almost a pre-rut, I think. It should be kicking off here soon if it hadn't already. I mean, that deer's active and those were fresh. Like last night, this morning, fresh. Because it was raining all night, so he had to have freshened them up as soon as it quit raining this morning at about 6. So that's why I waited for sunlight so I can see if anything was in that field and kind of sneak up in here. But yeah, I got that. This river runs into a point where about 2 other creeks run into this river up here about 70 yards or so. And I'm thinking that's where they're bedding, is right around there somewhere. And my wind's good. I'm gonna start tickling some antlers a little bit. Nothing crazy, not rattling hard. I don't think they're ready for that yet. But just a little tickle, a couple calls, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I've been having a great year so far this year, even though I lost a deer and missed a deer. But I've never seen so many deer and never had so much deer sign as I have this year. I used to hunt another piece not a couple miles, probably like 40 miles the other way, and it's closer to a big city. And I had some monsters on camera there this summer, but it's just getting so crowded over there that I just kind of went over here. And these are such small pieces over here, but I feel like hardly anybody's in here. I haven't even seen another hunter besides the kids pheasant hunting yesterday. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good in here, even though it's small as hell. I take that back. I got walked in on the other day over there. But that's it. And yeah, I'm having my best season so far, man. I got to still hunt yesterday. Got pretty close to a few. I still hunted in here this morning, but that sign was so good on the way in here. I had to just set up on it. I couldn't keep going. I mean, I couldn't pass that. That's the freshest sign I've seen all year. And we're going to hang out here. We're going to hang out here a long time today. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Here's kind of a little 360 view of what I got going on around me here at the river's edge. And I think they're bedding about 75 to 150 yards in front of me. So I kind of snuck in here real quiet. And this is definitely where the buck's been. Hopefully it comes back cruising by. If not, I'll set up here definitely in my climber here in a few days. So. Okay, by this time I'd sat 3 or 4 hours, hadn't had any movement, tickled the antlers a little bit. It's so windy, I don't think anything can hear me, but I just kind of start creeping up towards that point some more and kind of check it out, do a little scouting and still hunting, and just find a bunch more sign. Okay, right here I've kind of reached that point. I got that little creek behind me about 20 yards away, and it runs right into the river. That's the creek edge right there. And I'm just finding a ton of sign in here, so I'm just going to keep creeping and see what I can see, kind of a scouting mission along with still hunting. But if they're bedding in these bushes, you know, you're not going to see them till they jump out. It's so thick in here. I don't know if you're going to hear me, it's real windy, but here's the cut part, and then there's the bean still up. That's all private. The right side of this little road is the public, and there's the jungle. It's about 90% this little CRP grass. Then those little woods are just the river's edge there, right along the river there. Not much woods at all, but they're in here though. A lot of sign in here. A lot of sign in here. Well, I didn't see nothing today. It's super windy, so I decided to do a little bit of still hunting on the backside of this piece. Waited till daylight in case anything was in the bean field, and kind of cruised up that backside of it. Didn't want to spook nothing out of here, but I wanted to kind of still hunt. It's super windy. I figured they'd be all hunkered down today, but kind of a little scouting mission as well. Found a ton of sign. I've never seen so much sign. I found so much sign I sat there for like 3.5 hours because it was just so good not to. I couldn't walk by that and not sit there for a while and set up. But yeah, nothing came in. I tried to tickle the antlers a little bit, but it was so windy, I doubt anything could even hear me unless they were inside like 40 yards. If you're interested, the grunt call I use is Signal 11. And I'll put a link in the description for that. But, you know, you exhale for the buck and inhale for the doe. But yeah, I'll put a link in there for that. Yeah, it was a great weekend. Yesterday I still hunted and seen more deer than I ever have doing that. I seen about 4 or 5. I wasn't sure if I got on that same doe twice or if it was a different one. But yeah, no shot. I got real close to a buck, but it was so thick. It was so thick I could just kind of see it moving, but I wouldn't even be able to shoot it probably with a shotgun. But yeah, having a ton of fun this year. Probably one of my best seasons ever. I should be tagged out already, but I lost a doe and then missed a buck because the grass kind of stopped. And this place is just prairie grass, man. There's hardly any trees, and it's just right here by the river. And you can't really get in the trees on the river because it's so thick right there. I mean, you'd only get a shot if it was straight up underneath you. So you kind of got to hunt that little transition between the prairie and the woods, and the trees are like a baseball bat. You know, you can't really get nothing in it, but this is where they're at, man. There's sign everywhere. You know, I don't know. I just can't explain it. I've never had this happen to me on public land where it's just so much sign. I should already be tagged out. Yeah, I'm not shooting at monsters, you know, but you never know. It's Ohio. Something could pop out anywhere. But yeah, I got a camera back there. Hopefully I can get an idea of what's going on in here. Hopefully nobody freaking stole it. I don't have a good wind yet. I can't go check it. I don't want to just go check the camera and blow everything out because then it'd be pointless, you know. So I'm waiting for that good wind. So hopefully nobody stole it, you know. I don't know. I'm gonna drive around the backside of this piece here and see what kind of standing crop is on the backside on that northeast side. I couldn't see it from where I was at today, but They cut half the bean field over here, half the bean field still up. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just excited. I got to get looking at the maps and kind of put it together. Hopefully a north wind will come soon, or a northwest wind. Something northwest would be the most perfect one I could get right now. But yeah, just kind of hanging out, waiting for that good wind. I don't want to just hunt to hunt. I kind of want to be smart about it. You know, the pre-rut's coming soon. I don't know if they're already in the pre-rut or not here. I've seen so many scrapes and rubs. It's just insane. I've never seen this many in my life, even when I used to hunt private. Never seen this many. It's like every 10 feet. Any branch hanging down, that dude's just rubbing it. You know, he's just making scrapes and it's like he's just tearing it up all the way down there. But I mean, he's probably doing it in the middle of the night. It's right here in the open, not far from the county road. But never know. Here soon you can catch anybody cruising, you know. You never know. You never know. Booner could pop out anywhere over here, you know. I don't know. I'll shoot a forky. But, yeah, we're going to keep getting after it. We're waiting on that wind, man. Should be good. Should be good. Hopefully these next couple weeks will be killing it. If you're looking for the lures I use, I'll leave it. It's Signal 11 again. I'll leave that link down there. Now's that time to get on some of them lures, you know. Give Steve a call, and he'll kind of hook you up and let you know what to get and how to use it and stuff. But, yeah, I'll leave a description or a link in the description for that. So, yeah, like, subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the woods. Well, that's never good to find right by the public.